Hi, this is Swarab Swaminathan, and welcome to the first edition of Fours and Sixes of this year's edition of the IPL. With me to talk about the first round of fixtures that got over yesterday is Venkakrishna B. Venkat obviously is an eminent cricket writer. Hello, Venkat. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Saurabh, and good to see all of you after a long time. Not
Just
exactly a long time, actually, 6 months.
yeah, probably about 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Your impressions of the first 4 to 5 days. Why do you think the teams are placed?
I mean, it's been like, for starters, some of the teams are like missing the key players like Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai to an extent, even Chennai Super Kings. But what was interesting to is like Delhi, for despite missing David Warner and Rick Nokia and everyone, they still pulled off a thumping win over Mumbai, which I didn't really expect. But that's the way the IPL is all about, isn't it? Like when you least expect teams to perform, they bring out their A game into play. And it is always also good to see the likes of Lalit Yadav, Dhoni play like. I mean, Badroni obviously didn't take the team home, but there was Tewatia who overshadowed with again a nice, typical Tewatia knock. But yeah, that's how the IPL is all about, isn't it? With the 10 teams in, I thought the gap quality will reduce, but it doesn't. It does. In fact, given you new heroes. Hope if this continues for the rest next 6-7 weeks, I think we are going to have like a cracker of a tournament.
Moving on from the sort of names that you mentioned, would you say that the two things that caught your eye were obviously one being a recurring IPL team that wins the toss, inevitably chases and wins, and number two, would you say that Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals finally look primed to take a level further?
Yeah, see, that's what speaking about the due factor. Like for the past 12 years, MS Dhoni and Chennai Super Kings have been again starting the matches at 7:30 for one primary reason, because due. Even though yes, there is like just a half an hour, but the thing is like with 8 p.m. start, there is at least like the conditions are similar for the majority of the contest. But with 7:30, I think initially the fast ball, there's something in bit for the fast bowlers, and then obviously like towards the end of the second innings, bowlers are immediately bowling with a wet ball. So that is causing, basically like you found out with what Lucknow Super Giants did, because they were in a pole position to win the match, but again some poor captaincy from KL Rahul and all of it contributed to Gujarat Titans getting off the jail.
Krishna couldn't land the ball after the point of
view. Exactly. That's a whole thing about like bowling with a wet ball. And even though yes, teams will practice more and more, but it's like it's hard to control the line and length. It's like on a match day, the things are totally different from what you see in the practice or whatever it is. And speaking of Punjab Kings or Rajasthan Royals, like you said, like it seems like they have like cracked the code, but it's too early, isn't it? Like, but like I said, like yesterday with Rajasthan Royals, they had a ideal batting performance from, because it's for the sort of cricket they play, it's all about building confidence. And then something had gone wrong on the first match, things would have been like, okay, some doubts would have crept in, they would start doubting themselves whether this is the right approach. But since it has clicked, I think they will like it's all about momentum. T20 is all about momentum. Yes, it's a new game, but once you find that confidence, I think they will like go another level up. And again, Hyderabad were not good with their bowling, but against the strong teams, I think they are going to have like a lot more challenging tests coming up. But the signs are really, really good. And for Punjab Kings, for me, I thought they were one of the first teams who will qualify for the playoffs, because they have right mixture of players. And then with Kagiso Rabada coming in, I think they have,
and Johnny Bass.
Yeah, they have like even more two outstanding firepower, and then they have two players who can probably win match on their own. So that I think I'm it's really excited to see the next week will probably give a fair picture of where the teams really stand.
So if Rajasthan and Punjab did make good initial impressions, one team that did not make a good initial impression, obviously the defending champions, Chennai, it is fair to say that they missed the likes of Deepak Chahar, Moeen Ali, who should be fit game against Lucknow. Two teams who did not get off to the perfect start. So what do you make of the match now that Ali is probably back in the scheme of things?
Well, it was interesting Moeen Ali is coming back for the game, but what is interesting is like whether Chennai Super Kings have like identified who their overseas players are. Yes, with Deepak Chahar missing, Adam Milne looks certain to play. I mean, anyway, he would have been certain to play, but whether they have to like compensate by like strengthening their bowling, or like they have to like strengthen their top order. I'm not really sure what they're going to do. One option is like for them to replace Moeen Ali, bring in Moeen Ali in place of Devin Conway. And other thing is like if because Stephen Fleming at the end of the post-match conference he even mentioned Wayne Pretoria's name, so which means like he is still in the reckoning. Probably he would come and slot in place of Dwayne Bravo if they feel like Dwayne Bravo is not performing to the level that they expect him to be. Or I'm interested to see if they can bring in Mahesh Deekshana because he's a mystery spinner, and there is something always with
There's
the
something
mystery
about
spinner.
spinners and Chennai.
Yes,
To be
exactly.
honest.
Yeah, and then in Mumbai's wickets, I think the one who where there is a bounce, I think Tikshna would be like it will probably shoot his style of bowling as well. But all said and done, Chennai, it's like too early to say. But if they end up having another bad outing again against Lucknow Super Giants, then again the question should be asked about whether Dhoni should be in the 11. I mean, yes, he scored a 50 and everything, all said and done, but that's how the world works, isn't it? Like you start finding fault with the one who's aged. So yes, I agree that Dhoni has probably overstayed, but you can't. Like I think Chennai have decided
That's a
this is
collector's edition, by the way. Venkat agreeing that Dhoni is overstayed is welcome. And just to finish up, because producer is giving both of us ice, where do you think Lucknow go from here? I know it's very early, but KL Rahul has done this in the past. He showed his weaknesses with captaincy when he was with Punjab. So where do you think he can go?
I don't think. Yes, it was like a bad call, but I still expect Lucknow to go at least to the playoffs because of the quality they have and the depth they have in the
The
batting
likes
as
of
well as
Jason
bowling.
Holder will
Yes,
probably
exactly. And
make
also
the
the
team.
thing is like they have a strong think tank in Gautam Gambhir. Don't underestimate people. Just say MS Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, but don't underestimate Gautam Gambhir. He was terrific with Kolkata Knight Riders. He's a mastermind when it comes to like I think he's one of those rare Indian guys who are like really actually cracked the T20 core. He knows how to build a core of a team which has the core principles which the teams usually follow. Like KKR played a brand of cricket that is what they're doing right now. So I expect them to like yes bounce back, but if not, I think somebody should be constantly in the ear of KL Rahul, tell him from the sidelines, listen, do this, do that. I think yes, Rahul also needs time. All said and done, he hasn't captained at any level before this, and IPL is a huge tournament too for any captain. So I think those things will be taken. If it is taken care, I think Lucknow should at least make it to the playoff.
So who do you think will win today's game?
CSK versus Lucknow. My gut feel says it's going to be Lucknow because of the all-round squad they have, but I don't know. It's like if Chennai.
It's another collector's edition. Venkat, known CSK fan, saying that CSK will lose for the second game in a row. That's all for this edition, the first edition of Fours and Sixes for this year. Thanks for watching. There are more shows lined up in the days ahead. Do tune to watch them. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Stay safe.